My name is Olli Kilpi and I'm in charge of the Kamux business and growth internationally. Kamux is an international retail chain, growing very fast internationally, operating currently in 3 countries, Finland, Sweden and Germany, and we are focusing on the sales of used cars. Kamux is very active digitally, but we also believe in the importance of physical showrooms, and the combination of these two is very important. To customers, we want to give great customer service. Transparency, you know what you get, and also very good prices. The good prices are possible because of a low-cost business model, fast inventory turnover, and professional sourcing. This is combined with integrated services such as financing, insurance, and extended liability. The used car market in Europe, first of all, it's huge. Just in the 3 countries we're operating, the value of the market annually is more than 100 billion euros. Secondly, it's fragmented. There are no major branded players European-wide. Also, we see that with the growth of Kamux, there is clearly an unmet consumer need in the market that we are filling. Between the markets, there are some statistical differences, such as the average age of a car. What is the difference between the sales of used cars and new cars? And other small differences. But in the end, there are more similarities than differences between the markets. And we have seen so far that in all the countries that we have investigated, the Kamux concept works and has a big potential. Typically, the used cars are bought in 3 different kinds of ways. First of all, you have the branded dealers. They often focus just on the sales of new cars. So the used cars are somewhat a byproduct and not a focus. Secondly, there's a large amount of smaller players, individual shops that often have a problem with credibility and trustworthiness. And then, of course, depending on the market, there is a sizable amount of consumer-to-consumer business. But between all of these, there's a huge opportunity for a branded retailer focusing on used cars and building a trustworthy national network of sales of used cars. Kamux vision is to become the #1 used car retailer in Europe. This is a target which is realistic and achievable. The recipe for Kamux international growth is very simple. We will focus on every single customer every day in all the markets. We will go profitably and we will go internationally. There are several big trends in the car business at the moment. First of all, the massive impact from digitalization. Secondly, there's of course a big shift in the power source of cars. And this is going in different pace in different markets. Some markets are flying with gas cars, others there's no interest yet. The third big trend is of course the different ways of owning a car, where one end you have a full ownership of a car and in the other end you rent the car. And between those types of ownerships, there's all kinds of new ways of owning. For us it is important we keep the finger on the pulse and make sure that we offer the customers what they want to have. The impact from digitalization has already been massive. It is all for the benefit of the customer, because they will be able to compare the cars in a more transparent way than before. You can compare the different alternative models in the market, you can compare pricing in a fantastic way. We also believe that it's really important to also have a physical presence with the car. Would you buy a house without seeing it? Of course not. House is probably the biggest investment a consumer makes during a lifetime. Well, cars are usually the second biggest investment. There is an increasing group of people that are willing to order and perhaps pay the car just through the internet. Our infrastructure at Kamux facilitates for this. We already are able to take the car to your home, so that if you want to order the car through the internet, it is possible and we'll take the car to you. But for the vast majority of people, it is important to have digital and a physical showroom where we give good old-fashioned traditional service to the customers. The Kamux business case, the market is massive, the potential is there, and Kamux has a proven track record of growing profitably in this market. And in the end, we're just in the beginning of the journey.